It's Wednesday, December 14th. You're listening to Your Florida Daily. I'm Katrina Scales. Governor Ron DeSantis is calling on the Florida Supreme Court to have a grand jury investigate any wrongdoing involving the COVID vaccine.
And to bring legal accountability for those who committed misconduct.
The governor making the announcement during a panel with the state surgeon general and other skeptics of COVID policy.
There was a signal for a markedly increased risk of cardiac death in young men.
DeSantis wants to investigate mRNA vaccine markers, including Moderna and Pfizer. The panel accuses them of withholding data about the shot and symptoms involving heart problems. The CDC says heart inflammation can happen after COVID vaccination, but it's rare. It says people who reported getting sick responded to medicine and rest, recovering after 90 days. Researchers say recent hurricanes and droughts are causing Florida honeybees to starve in some areas. Hurricane Ian damaged and flooded out many hives in southwest and central Florida. Many beekeepers said the storm also hurt the bees from pollinating Brazilian pepper trees. The lack of nutrition from that season has led to some bees starving from nutrition. The situation is so bad, beekeepers said some bee colonies are robbing others of the needed sugary substances. Farmers are now bringing in thousands of pounds of syrup to help the bees survive. And a panhandler in Flagler County is accused of trying to raise money for a fake funeral. Flagler County deputies say they found Elena Firu and two boys along Palm Coast Parkway just off the I-95 exit. Deputies say Firu gave them a fake name and then said the name belonged to her niece, who died in a crash, claiming she was raising money for her funeral.
So I understand what you're doing, and I'm sorry that you're going through this. However, we cannot have you guys walking in the middle of the roadway.
Turns out, deputies say her niece is alive and well, and the two children were walking by themselves through traffic. Firu now faces several charges, including child neglect and a scheme to defraud. Earlier this month, the sheriff's office banned panhandling along all exits off I-95 in Flagler County. Find these top stories along with breaking news, weather, and traffic all day on clickorlando.com. And now, a completely random Florida fact. Henry Flagler, founder of the Florida East Coast Railway, came to Florida at the advice of a doctor in New York who recommended he bring his sick wife to Jacksonville for the winter to escape the brutal conditions of the North. But Flagler's vision to create a railway system began in the 1880s when he took a trip to St. Augustine for a honeymoon with his second wife. He looked around and thought Florida was a great place to live that needed better transportation. And from there, he changed the course of Florida's development. Your Florida Daily is produced by News 6 WKMG in Orlando. I'm Katrina Scales. Subscribe for new episodes wherever you like to listen.